the hidden shame of being busy and why you're addicted to overwhelm. You're not busy because you lack time, you're busy because it feels safe. Constant motion lets you hide from the task that actually matters. You know the cycle, tab surfing, micro tasks that dread the second you stop. And the shame when you're not maxed out, that's the hook that keeps you spinning. Today, we're going to break the overwhelm loop and swap the busy identity for focused progress. No more disciplined theater, just a simple 3-step protocol you can run today. There's a 1-sentence reframe that flips busy into focus, and you'll use it in the next minute. Quick win first, then the why. Here's the fast fact: motion feels safe, focus feels scary, choose scary first. That one line is your cheat code. The thing most people miss is that busy isn't about output, it's about avoiding the emotional risk that comes with targeted work. So we do 10 low-impact tasks for the dopamine drip and avoid the one outcome that matters. Let me show you the busy identity swap in one move. Instead of asking, "How much did I do?" ask, "What moved the needle?" We're shifting worth from effort to outcome. When that clicked for me, I stopped judging days by exhaustion and started scoring them by shipped results. Here's the shortcut nobody teaches. Replace your 12-item to-do list with one concrete outcome sentence for your next block. Outcomes are what you can show. Tasks are what you can do forever without finishing anything. Tasks like work on project keep you safe. Outcomes like draft the intro paragraph, put a finish line on the field. Try it now. Micro exercise. Write your single outcome for the next 60 minutes. Use this fill in the blank. In the next 60 minutes, I will produce tangible thing. Examples. Draft the intro paragraph for the proposal. Outline 3 bullet points for the slide deck and write the first slide. Clean the dataset columns and export a CSV ready for analysis. Notice how each is visible, checkable, and concrete. Vague outcomes like work on project, do research, or get ahead are just motion in disguise. The brain loves that because switching between easy items gives quick hits of progress. But per task switching research, Mayer, Evans, and Rubinstein, every context shift taxes your attention and slows you down. So we cut the switches and raise clarity. Immediate win, commit to one block now, defer everything else. You don't need a perfect plan, you need a wall. Say out loud, "For the next 60 minutes, my only job is your outcome." Put your phone in another room, close all tabs except the one you need, and write the first ugly line. Actually, let me back up. Start ugly on purpose. Lower the quality bar so momentum can carry you. Common mistake, smuggling in extra steps like, "I'll just check email quickly." That's motion creeping back. If you remember nothing else, remember this line: outcomes, not optics. Now here's why your brain fights this and how we'll beat it. Roadmap and expectations. What's coming and why it matters. Here's the plan so you know exactly where we're going and why it helps right now. We're moving in 3 parts: identity, fears, protocol. First, identity. We'll dismantle the busy persona that equates worth with exhaustion. You'll inventory the low-value motion habits that eat your day and build an anti-to-do list to cut or batch them. The payoff: clearer days and more real progress with less drama. Second, fears. We'll uncover the 3 fears busy is hiding: failure, being unimportant, and stillness. Then we'll shame-proof each one with fast, practical tools you can run in minutes. Once you nail this, everything else clicks because you won't need willpower to start. Third, protocol. You'll get the daily 3-step overwhelm loop breaker. Reset your nervous system, define one outcome, and schedule restoration. We'll add constraints that create freedom, purge busy triggers at the source, and rebuild your identity around shipping outcomes, not sounding slammed. Timing rhythm is simple. Action first, then the theory that makes the action easier, then another action. Every section answers the anchor question: how does this help me right now? You'll get quick wins you can run immediately, plus scripts like, "For the next 60 minutes, my only job is X." At the end, you'll have a loop breaker you can run daily, even on chaotic days. You'll know how to reduce inputs, constrain options, and elevate single target clarity so you stop stalling and start moving the needle. And yes, there's a secret step that makes all of this 10x easier. We'll hit it when we tackle stillness. Let's start by dismantling the busy identity that keeps you spinning, so the rest of the system has room to work. Deconstructing the busy identity. If motion feels safe and focus feels scary, then busy is the armor you wear to avoid risk. Let's take that armor apart. There are two kinds of effort: focus and motion. Focus is high risk, high reward. It exposes your thinking, creates a real deliverable, and can be judged. Motion is low risk, low reward. It keeps you in activity, creates optics, and rarely moves the needle. Most of us confuse the two and then wonder why the days feel full and the results feel thin. Here's the thing most people miss: busyness becomes part of your worth equation. We learn early that exhaustion gets praise. You're slammed, must be important. So we chase the look of effort to protect our identity. If the day fails, we can say, "I worked so hard." That's safety. But it's also the trap. The more you optimize for appearing maxed out, the more you avoid the single action that would actually change something. Why this sticks is simple reinforcement. Every time you check a box, you get a tiny hit of progress. That's the dopamine drip I mentioned. Task switching pumps novelty, so your brain feels productive while you're actually cycling through shallow work. Meanwhile, the one thing that matters keeps gathering emotional charge, which raises avoidance, which pushes you into more motion. That loop eats weeks. Let me show you exactly how to spot it. Do a quick inventory of your last 7 days. Open your calendar or planner. Highlight activities that produced visible outputs a stakeholder could see: draft sent, analysis exported, feature shipped, client updated with decision. Now highlight the activities that were pure motion: status pings, tab surfing, reorganizing tools, reading without capturing an output, meetings without clear decisions, just checking messages. Be honest. If it didn't create a concrete asset or decision, it's motion. Quick research note: while being busy feels productive, task switching overhead, Mayer, Evans, Rubenstein, and shame-driven withdrawal, Tangney and Deering, make that busyness a trap, not a path. Now pull an anti-to-do list from that audit. Write down 3 recurring low-impact tasks you'll cut, batch, or gate behind a focus block. Examples: batch email to 2 15-minute windows, off by default. Only open chat after my outcome block, VIP filter on. No dashboard tinkering unless it supports the current deliverable. The game changer nobody talks about is optics. We confuse responsiveness with value. But responsiveness trains people to interrupt you, and it teaches your brain that twitching equals importance. Before we continue, you need to understand that optics are loud and outcomes are quiet while they're being made. You won't get applause during a 60-minute draft. You will get applause after you ship. Your job is to tolerate the quiet. Once you nail that, everything else clicks. Because the second you decouple worth from exhaustion, you stop overloading your plate to feel important, and you start building a day that serves the outcome. Here's a simple visual: a funnel with 3 layers: input at the top, requests, messages, process in the middle, focus time, output at the bottom, shipped. Busy identity swells the top and middle with noise. Builder identity constrains the top, tightens the middle, and accelerates the bottom. Let me show you exactly how to implement this today. Take one recurring motion habit from your anti-to-do and install friction. If you tab surf, use a single tab browser profile for focus blocks and put all other profiles behind a separate desktop. If you status check, move the app off your dock, remove badges, and schedule 2 windows. If you prep endlessly, set a 5-minute prep timer and start ugly when it ends. The reason this works is it breaks the automatic reach for comfort and forces you to face the outcome you chose. Common mistakes here: you pick 10 habits to kill at once, you don't define what done looks like for the day, and you secretly keep a backdoor open, notifications, open inbox, or a floating to-do that whispers one quick thing. Don't do what I did the first time and try to win through tool hacks. Tools help, but identity drives behavior. Say the checkpoint mantra out loud: outcome over optics. Micro story: last week, a client spent 2 hours preparing a report they feared sending. We swapped prep for a 1-sentence outcome: send a version 0.1 with 3 bullet insights. They cut their dashboard time by half, wrote an ugly first pass in 20 minutes, and shipped. The difference wasn't talent. It was deleting the motion that made them feel safe. If busy is armor, what fear is it covering? That's what we'll expose next. Because when you name the fear, you can neutralize it in minutes instead of drowning in activity all day. The 3 fears busyness hides. Now that we've named busy as armor, let's lift the visor and look at what it's protecting. 3 fears drive most overwhelm: fear of failure, fear of being unimportant, and fear of stillness. Shame research, Tangney and Deering, shows that shame, unlike guilt, pushes us to hide and withdraw. Busyness becomes that hideout. Name yours and you'll see why motion feels safer than the work that moves the needle. First, fear of failure. Focus exposes you. An outcome can be judged, which means if it's bad, you feel bad, no shield, no excuse. So you layer on motion to build a safety net. I was slammed. I was researching. I was waiting on X. The thing most people miss is that your brain is protecting your time. It's protecting your self-image. When this clicked for me, I saw how often I engineered reasonable delays to avoid a verdict on my work. That verdict threat is what keeps you toggling tabs. Here's why this fear is sticky. Perceived failure without an excuse feels identity-threatening. If my output is weak, does that mean I'm weak? Your system answers by dodging the moment of truth. Quick dopamine from making progress numbs the threat for a minute, but the judgment risk grows. Here's the loop in plain terms. Shame spikes, right arrow, anxiety rises, right arrow, your nervous system seeks relief, right arrow, you chase easy motion for a dopamine drip. Relief fades, right arrow, shame returns louder. Not laziness, self-soothing. Now you might be thinking, so I just need thicker skin? Not helpful. You need a way to ship without handing your identity to the result. We'll do that in the protocol, but for now, just spot the tell. You keep preparing, you polish inputs, and you delay the smallest version that would count as shipped. Second, fear of being unimportant. Empty space can feel like low status. A packed calendar, constant pings, and public busyness signal value. The reason this works socially is optics are easy to see and outcomes are quiet while they're being made. So you accept every meeting, reply instantly, and create urgency theater to feel significant. The game changer nobody talks about is that status built on exhaustion has a brutal cost. You lose the leverage that actually creates importance, impact. If you remember nothing else here, remember this. Importance comes from outcomes, not from being constantly available. Watch for these signatures. You brag about being slammed, you feel anxious when your calendar has open blocks, you fill empty time with shallow tasks to avoid looking idle. Your brain equates responsiveness with worth. Therefore, you overcommit and undership. Once you nail this insight, you can flip the metric to status by impact. But first, admit the pull. It's not that you like chaos, you like what chaos signals about you. Third, fear of stillness. Quiet can be loud. When you slow down enough to focus, you meet the thoughts you've been outrunning, doubt, grief, anger, the what if I'm not enough soundtrack. Motion numbs that. You bounce between tabs because silence turns up the volume on your inner narrative. The reason this matters is physiological as much as psychological. A revved nervous system, sympathetic activation, doesn't want to sit and write a hard paragraph. It wants to keep scanning for the next small hit. So you mislabel agitation as lack of motivation and try to fix it with more tasks. Here's the shortcut nobody teaches. Stillness isn't the enemy, unprocessed sensation is. If you can name what your body's doing, tight chest, clenched jaw, buzzing shoulders, you get a handle on the wheel. We'll use a 10-minute sensation audit later to drop your system out of threat before you choose your one thing. For now, notice the tells. You feel restless when the room goes quiet. You need music, snacks, or a quick social check before every block. You suddenly remember 5 chores when the hard work starts. Let's shame-proof these fears quickly. Name, normalize, neutralize. Name it, say, I'm avoiding a verdict, or I'm chasing status optics, or I'm dodging uncomfortable sensations. Normalize it, everyone's brain runs these plays, there's nothing wrong with you. Neutralize it, give yourself a smaller, safer version of focus that still ships. That's where the protocol comes in. Pre-commit to an ugly draft inside a short time box, score your day by outcomes, and ground your body before you pick a target. Quick application right now. Pick your dominant fear and note its signature thought. Failure, if this isn't great, I'm exposed. Unimportant, if I'm not busy, I don't matter. Stillness, if I slow down, I'll feel something I can't handle. Write that thought on a sticky and add a counterscript. I ship version 0 to learn. Impact scores higher than inbox speed. I can feel this and still do one outcome. Last piece before we move on. Most people try to out-argue these fears in their head. That takes forever. Therefore, we use behavior to teach the brain a new story. Ship a small outcome quickly and your system learns, I can survive a verdict. Protect one empty block and your system learns, space increases impact. Sit for 2 minutes and name 3 sensations and your system learns, stillness is tolerable. And boom, watch the domino fall. You've just pulled the mask off busyness. Next, I'll show you the exact protocols to diffuse each fear in minutes. Shame-proofing protocols, fear of failure. Let's diffuse the big one, fear of failure. Remember, this fear isn't about laziness, it's about protecting your identity from a clean verdict. So we're going to ship without handing your self-worth to the outcome. Here's the protocol. Pre-commit the outcome, set an acceptable mess standard, and box it in a short time window. Outcome, mess, box, OMB, run it and the avoidance fog lifts. Why this works? Your brain fears open-ended judgment. Undefined done, vague quality, and endless time make failure feel huge. OMB shrinks the target, lowers the stakes, and gives your system a finish line. Start with outcome. State one visible deliverable you can show, not work on chapter, but draft 250 words for the chapter's opening. Not research options, but collect 3 citations and paste them into a doc. If someone asked, "What did you ship?" you'd have a thing, not a story. Next, mess. Before you begin, define good enough as an explicit minimum. Say, version 0.1 can be clunky, repetitive, and missing examples as long as the main idea is on the page. Or, slides can be black text on white, no design, as long as each slide has one clear point. Lower the bar on purpose. The thing most people miss is they try to sneak perfection in through the side door. We slam that door shut by agreeing up front that ugly is acceptable. Then box. Use a short time box, 15 to 25 minutes to start. Set a timer. When it dings, you stop, even if it's imperfect. This trains your brain that starting doesn't mean endless exposure. Short window, clear boundary. Let me show you exactly how to run OMB in the next block you do. Script this aloud. Outcome, 1 ugly draft email asking for feedback on feature X mess. Typos allowed, 2 paragraphs max, 1 question at the end. Box, 20 minutes. Then hit start and write the first bad sentence immediately. You'll feel the urge to polish while writing. Don't. Write through the mess. The reason this works is it separates creating from judging. Judging is a different session. Common mistakes to watch: perfection setup, undefined finish line, and hidden extra steps. Perfection setup looks like opening design tools, choosing fonts, or reformatting citations before any words exist. If you catch yourself setting up, ask, does this directly create the outcome? If not, defer it. Undefined finish line sounds like, I'll make progress. Progress is not a finish line. Force a noun, draft, list, outline, snippet decision. Hidden extra steps are traps like, I'll just find the perfect source first. That's 2 outcomes disguised as 1, split them. First outcome, collect 3 leads. Second outcome, draft summary from 1 lead. Here's a micro story. A student of mine kept delaying a proposal because it has to be tight. We changed the setup. Outcome was a 1-page version 0.1 with 3 bullets, mess allowed cliches and placeholders, box was 25 minutes. They wrote TK wherever they got stuck, kept typing, and shipped the page to themselves. The next day, polishing took 30 minutes because the hard part, starting under risk, was done. The difference was lowering the bar before the timer, not during. Quick win you can do today: publish a version 0.1 to yourself or a buddy. Pick something you're avoiding, run OMB, and send the messy draft with this line. This is V1, looking for clarity only, not polish. That sentence protects your identity and focuses the feedback. You'll get signal without the sting. Let me add a practical guardrail. The first 2 lines rule. Before starting the timer, write 2 permission lines at the top of your doc. This draft can be bad, clarity beats polish. My job is to finish the block, not the project. Reading those out loud flips your nervous system from performance to practice. If you remember nothing else from this protocol, remember this: don't raise the bar mid-sprint. Now, once you can ship V1, the next evolution is the 2-pass system. Create fast, then critique fast. Pass 1, 20 minutes creation only. Pass 2, 10 minutes fix only. Separate hats, separate timers. This prevents the inner editor from hijacking momentum and calling it quality. Last piece, define done before done. Decide ahead of time what qualifies as done for today. Example, done equals 250 words drafted and sent to a folder called V1. When that box is checked, you stop. Ending clean preserves trust with yourself. That trust, not motivation, is what lets you show up tomorrow without dread. You've just shame-proofed failure by shrinking the verdict and increasing output. Next, we'll take on the status fear, the one that confuses responsiveness with real value, and replace it with a metric that actually makes you important. Shame-proofing protocols, fear of being unimportant. Let's tackle the status fear, the one that whispers, if I'm not busy, I don't matter. This isn't vanity, it's wiring. We learn to equate responsiveness with value because responsiveness is visible and immediate. Impact is quiet while it's being made. So busy becomes a performance. Packed calendars, instant replies, and constant availability as proof of worth. The problem is it trades leverage for optics. You look important and ship less. The fix is to replace status by exhaustion with status by impact. We're going to change what you count, what you protect, and what you broadcast. 3 moves: install an impact score, schedule an empty space equals power block, and rewrite your accountability script so they reward outcomes, not activity. Start with the metric. Weekly impact score is simple. Each shipped outcome gets a point, hours don't. Define shipped as a visible, stakeholder-facing output or decision: doc sent, code merged, client aligned, draft delivered. No points for attending meetings, answering Slack, or making progress. At the end of the week, your score is the number of things that move the needle. The reason this works is it retrains your brain to seek completion, not commotion. Now the ritual that will feel scary at first. The empty space equals power block. One protected 60-90-minute block on your calendar, labeled publicly as a commitment, no double booking, no quick calls, no stealth emails. This is where outcomes are made. Make it visible, title it with the outcome like Ship V1 Onboarding Script. The thing most people miss is they hide their focus time because it looks like idleness. Flip that, make it obvious. You're not avoiding work, you're doing the real work. Let me show you the script to claim this space with your team or clients. Say, I'm optimizing for outcomes. I'll be slower on chat during my impact blocks and faster on shipping what matters. Here's my window. If it's urgent, text me. Otherwise, I'll check messages after. You've just created a social wall that reinforces value. Responsiveness becomes deliberate, not default. Common mistakes here: filling the block reflexively, confusing responsiveness with value, and hiding the metric. Filling the block looks like treating it as catch-up time. No, each block gets one outcome sentence and a start time. Confusing responsiveness with value sounds like, if I don't reply in 5 minutes, I'm letting people down. You can be reliable without being constantly reachable. Hiding the metric means you track outcomes privately but keep busy bragging publicly. Don't share the shift. Here's a quick implementation. Tonight, pick one impact block for tomorrow. Write the outcome sentence in the event title. Move your chat and email to 2 batch windows, late morning and late afternoon. Turn off badges. Then write a 3-line status note to your team. Outcome focus from 9:30-11:00. Asynchronous by default. Expect reply after 11:15. Today's target, draft Q3 roadmap V1. Watch what happens. Most people respect clarity. More importantly, your brain starts linking identity to shipping, not to answering. Let's add the weekly impact review. Friday, 20 minutes. List shipped outcomes, note what enabled them, and pick one bottleneck to remove next week. Score it. If your score is low, don't add hours, tighten inputs. Reduce meetings without decisions. Bundle approvals, batch comms. The lever isn't work more, it's cut noise. Micro story. A client led a team where ASAP was cultural. They swapped daily stand-ups for a doc-first update with a 2-hour feedback window, then protected 2 impact blocks per person. The first week felt risky. By week 3, cycle time on features dropped and Slack volume fell by 1/3. The status they wanted, being the team that ships, showed up because they stopped auditioning for importance. Now a language swap to lock the identity. Retire I'm slammed, crazy day, and so busy. Replace with I'm shipping, outcome locked, and we moved X forward. Language is behavior rehearsal. The more you say it, the faster your brain expects it. If you remember nothing else from this section, remember this. Importance is a lagging indicator of impact. It shows up after you ship, not during. So your job is to protect the quiet that produces the loud results. Quick win you can do today. Create one standing impact block next week, write the outcome in the title, and post your new metric shift in your channel. Switching to status by impact. Tracking shipped outcomes weekly. Responsiveness is batched. Results are continuous. That one announcement cuts random pings and forces you to choose outcomes worth scoring. You've just rewired status. Next, we'll tackle stillness, the hard one, so your nervous system stops dragging you back to motion every time the room gets quiet. Shame-proofing protocols, fear of stillness. This is the hard one because it's not just mental, it's bodily. Stillness often feels unsafe because your nervous system is revved. When the room goes quiet, your body gets loud. Tight chest, clenched jaw, buzzing shoulders. Overwhelm numbs that with motion. So we're going to ground the body before the work. Not therapy, not a deep dive, just a 10-minute sensation audit that resets your system so focus stops feeling like threat. Why this matters? If your body stays in, scan and react, you'll chase tiny tasks for relief. You'll tell yourself you need motivation, but what you actually need is downshift. Once you downshift, choosing one outcome feels doable. Here's the protocol in 3 moves. Label sensations, name the feeling, name the need. Then pick one supportive action and start your outcome block immediately after. Think of it like clearing the windshield before you drive. First, label sensations. Set a timer for 2 minutes. Sit. Ask, what's happening from the neck down? Use plain words. Warm, tight, heavy, fluttery, tense, prickly, numb. Don't explain, don't analyze, just tag. If you drift into thoughts, return to the body. The reason this works is it shifts you from rumination to introspection, the brain state for regulating rather than spinning. Second, name the feeling. Give it a single-word label. Anxious, irritated, sad, keyed up, flat. Keep it simple. You're not writing a memoir. You're giving your system a file name so it stops broadcasting static. Third, name the need. Ask, what would help right now without derailing the work? Keep your options small and specific. Water, a bathroom break, 2 minutes of breath, 3 shoulder rolls, a sweater, a snack, 1 text to close a loop, a 2-minute walk. Pick one and do it. 1, not 6. One supportive action tells your body, I'm listening, and that drops the alarm enough to start. Now the breath anchor we'll use so you don't overthink. Try the 4-6 downshift. Inhale through the nose for 4, exhale through the mouth for 6. Do that for 1 minute. Longer exhales nudge your nervous system toward calm. Then box breathe once, 4 in, 4 hold, 4 out, 4 hold, just 1 cycle. That's it. Back to your outcome. Let me show you exactly how this looks in real time. You sit down, feel the urge to check messages, and your chest is tight. Timer on for 2 minutes. Jaw clenched, shoulders up, chest tight, hands cold, stomach flutter. Feeling label, anxious, need, warmth, and breath. You put on a sweater, sip water, and run the 4-6 for 60 seconds. Then you say out loud, for the next 45 minutes, my only job is to draft the intro. Start ugly. First bad sentence goes on the page. You just turned threat into traction. Common mistakes to avoid: turning the audit into rumination, treating it like a new task, and skipping it when anxious. Rumination sounds like, why am I like this? Wrong direction. Return to sensations. Treating it like a task looks like optimizing a breath app, stacking routines, or making it perfect. The audit isn't content, it's a reset. Skipping it when anxious is the sneakiest. That's exactly when to do it for 2 minutes, not 20. If you remember nothing else, remember this. Small body shifts beat big mental arguments. Micro story: a client couldn't start a talk track without spiraling. We ran a 90-second sensation label, named Amped, met 1 need, 3 shoulder rolls, and locked 1 minute of downshift breathing. Then the OMB. Outcome was a clunky outline, mess allowed placeholders, box set to 20 minutes. They started, finished the block, and said, it felt like I took off a weighted vest. Same brain, different state. Here's a quick win you can run today. Before your next outcome block, do a 2-1-1, 2 minutes labeling sensations, 1 minute of 4-6 breathing, 1 supportive action. Then say the script. I can feel this and still do 1 outcome. Build a tiny ritual around it. Same chair, same mug, same song without lyrics if you need a cue. Rituals train your body to anticipate calm. Last piece, pair the audit with a wall. Constraints help your calmer system hold the line. Put your device in another room, set a visible timer, single tab your workspace, and put a sticky note with your outcome in view. The reason this works is it removes micro decisions your revved system would use to escape. You've just disarmed the fear of stillness by making it safe to feel, fast. Next, we'll use that calm to map the overwhelm loop you keep getting stuck in, and the levers that snap you out of it. The overwhelm loop: diagnose the pattern. You've grounded your body and named your fear. Now let's map the loop that keeps dragging you back into motion. It's predictable. Anxiety spikes, you reach for easy tasks, you get tiny dopamine hits, the real work grows scarier, and your anxiety spikes higher. Around and around. Once you can see the gears, you can jam a lever in and stop it. Here's the sequence. First, a trigger, deadline, unclear scope, feedback you haven't read nudges your nervous system. You feel an urge to just check something. That's the entry ramp. You open a tab, peek at chat, skim your inbox. Instant novelty. Your brain rewards the shift with a small hit, so it suggests another. A calendar tweak, a settings change, a doc reformat. You're in motion. The big task sits untouched, which raises dread. Dread amplifies the urge to escape, and your brain prescribes more tiny wins. That's the loop. Anxiety to motion to micro-reward to bigger anxiety. Let me make it concrete. You sit to draft a proposal. Trigger cue appears, blank page, and a vague brief. Instead of writing the first ugly line, you tab to your calendar, move a meeting, reply to 2 messages, and adjust a color on a slide. Feels productive. 20 minutes later, the proposal still hasn't started, so the stakes feel higher. You think, I need more coffee, I should clear emails, or I have to research more. Each detour is a vote for motion. Each vote increases the pressure of the real work. The telltale cues are surprisingly consistent. Urgency theater, everything suddenly feels critical but nothing finishes. Tab surfing, you bounce across apps without a single output. Calendar clutter, blocks are unlabeled, meetings multiply, and focus time is where admin goes to hide. You might even create dashboards to get organized, but those dashboards rarely produce assets or decisions. The loop loves good intentions because they look like progress. The cost is not just time, it's a cognitive tax. Every switch forces your brain to reconfigure rules, recall where you left off, and rebuild context. That tax creates shallow fatigue, which tricks you into believing you've worked hard. Tired plus undershipped equals demoralized. Then shame slides in and says, work later to catch up, which reopens the loop after hours. You wake up fried and repeat the pattern. Now, before we continue, you need to understand the 3 levers that break this loop on command. Reduce input, constrain options, and elevate single target clarity. Reduce input is cutting the number of incoming pings, requests, and open loops hitting your attention. Constrain options is limiting your available actions inside a block so escape routes disappear. Elevate single target clarity is defining exactly what done for now looks like so your system can lock onto one target. Here's the shortcut nobody teaches. You don't have to pull all 3 levers at once. 1 lever per loop is enough. If you remember nothing else in this section, remember this checkpoint, pick 1 lever per loop. You'll get out faster than trying to overhaul your life mid-spiral. Let me show you how to apply each lever in seconds. Reduce input. Close everything that isn't the current deliverable, move your phone to another room, and set a 30-minute delay responder on chat during your block. Constrain options. Single tab mode, full screen the doc, hide the doc, and put a sticky note that says, finish the paragraph. Elevate clarity. Rewrite your outcome as a visible, checkable noun. Draft 3 bullets with 1 sentence under each. Common mistakes. You try to negotiate with the loop. 5 more minutes of email. You pull the wrong lever first, you clarify without reducing input, then get yanked back, or you forget to end the loop cleanly. Ending cleanly means logging what you shipped and how it felt. That debrief plants a memory that says, breaking the loop worked, which makes it easier next time. Micro story, a teammate pinged me at 3 p.m. I'm drowning in pings, haven't touched the feature spec. We pulled 1 lever, reduce input. She set a status, heads down 3-4, reply after, hid badges, and moved her phone. Then we elevated clarity, spec v1 equals problem, goal, 3 constraints. 40 minutes later, she sent the skeleton. The anxiety didn't vanish, it got outvoted by traction. Let's diagnose your current loop. Ask 3 questions, what just triggered me? Which motion task did I grab? What outcome am I avoiding? Write 1 sentence for each, then pick your lever. If the trigger is social, Slack, email, reduce input first. If the trigger is vagueness, unclear scope, elevate clarity first. If the trigger is a buffet of tempting tools, design, docs, tabs, constrain options first. 1 lever, 1 block, then stop and log the win. And boom, look at that result. You're not unmotivated. You were trapped in a predictable pattern. Now you've got the levers to snap it. Next, I'll hand you the daily 3-step loop breaker that bakes these moves into your routine so you don't have to think about them at all. The 3-step Overwhelm Loop Breaker. Here's the daily engine that makes everything you learned automatic. 3 steps, 1 cycle, sensation audit, 1 thing reframe, rest re-evaluation. Run it once today. Log it. Tomorrow will be easier because you'll trust the cycle, not your mood. Step 1, 10-minute sensation audit. Before you choose what to do, reset how you feel. Set a timer for 2 minutes and label sensations from the neck down: tight, buzzy, heavy, warm, cold, jittery. Keep tagging. Then 1 word for the feeling: anxious, flat, irritated, wired. Now name the need: 1 small supportive action that won't derail the block: water, breath, stretch, bathroom, sweater, 2-minute walk. Do exactly 1. Then run the downshift breath for 60 seconds. Inhale 4, exhale 6. 1 box breath cycle if you want: 4 in, 4 hold, 4 out, 4 hold. That's it. You're not optimizing, you're clearing the windshield. The reason this works is it moves you out of spin and scan and into regulate and choose. Skipping this step is how you end up just checking your way through an hour. Step 2, 1 thing rule reframe. You're going to build a 45 90-minute wall around a single outcome. Write the outcome sentence so a stranger could verify it. Draft 300 words for section 2. Outline 5 slides, 1 line each. Clean columns A, F, and export a CSV. Email V1 to Mario with 3 questions. Then speak the script out loud. For the next 60 minutes, my only job is outcome. Put it on a sticky in your line of sight. Now erect 3 walls. Time wall, set a visible timer for the block and another for a 5-minute ramp. Option wall, single tab full screen, hide the dock, close every tool not needed for the outcome, move your phone to another room. Environment wall, chair, mug, same spot, minimal cues. If you remember nothing else, remember this line: fewer options equal more output. Start ugly on purpose. First bad sentence, first clunky bullet, first rough query. No polishing during the block. Do not move the goalposts mid-sprint. If the outcome turns out too big, split it once and lock the smaller target. Then keep going. Sneaky multitasking, I'll just check that reference, is the escape hatch. Close it. Step 3, rest re-evaluation. You don't earn rest by being wrecked, you schedule it to sustain performance. When the timer dings, stop, even if you're in flow. Log 3 things: outcome shipped or not, effort level from 1 to 5, state word now, 2 lines, 30 seconds. Then take a real break, 5-10 minutes away from screens if you can. Water, breath, walk, stretch, or stare out a window. No inbox reward. Treat rest like a block with a start and end. Rest resets attention and keeps you out of the binge work, binge scroll trap. The reason this works is it breaks the collapse when done pattern and replaces it with recover to repeat. Let me show you a full run so you can copy it. You're about to write the intro to a report. Step 1, sit, 2 minutes, jaw tight, shoulders high, hands cold, chest tight. Feeling, anxious. Need, warmth and breath. Sip water, sweater on, 60 seconds of 4-6. Step 2, outcome sentence. Draft 250 words of intro, clunky aloud. Script. For the next 45 minutes, my only job is 250 words. Timer on. Single tab, full screen, phone in the other room, sticky visible. First ugly line on the page, keep typing through the rough spots. Step 3, ding, you stop. Log, ship 280 words, effort 3, state, steady. 5-minute walk, back to the desk. You can run another block or shift to a different task. Either way, you've just completed the loop once. Personal note, I lived in motion for years, looked slammed, shipped little. Owning that pattern and running this exact cycle is what finally gave me calm and output at the same time. Common mistakes to avoid: moving goalposts mid-block, sneaky multitasking, and treating rest as a reward. Moving goalposts looks like adding and finalize citations after you start. Don't. Capture that as tomorrow's outcome. Sneaky multitasking is opening a new tab for a second and falling down a hole. Prevent it with single tab and a written escape plan. If I feel the urge to switch, write TK and continue. Treating rest as reward sounds like, I didn't do enough to deserve a break. Rest is maintenance, not candy. If you remember nothing else here, remember this: protect the cycle to protect your progress. Quick win, run 1 full cycle today. Sensation audit for 3 minutes total. 1 thing block for 45-60 minutes. Rest for 5. Then log 3 lines, outcome, effort, feeling. You'll see 2 things immediately. Your anxiety drops after you ship, and your energy lasts longer because you didn't drain it with 100 micro decisions. Tomorrow, repeat. After a week, you won't be arguing with yourself to start. You'll just run the loop and let the outcomes stack. Your brain loves patterns. Give it this one. The loop breaker makes focus feel safe and busy feel boring. Now, let's make it even easier to stick with by installing constraints that create freedom. Constraints that create freedom. You've got the loop breaker. Now we'll make it stick with constraints, the kind that remove decisions, block escape routes, and make focus the default. Think of constraints as rails on a staircase. Without them, you inch along the edge. With them, you fly up safely. 4 walls: time, options, environment, and social. Install them once, they keep paying you back. Time walls first. Fixed focus windows with fixed breaks. Decide your daily cadence ahead of time, not in the moment. For most people, 2 prime blocks and 1 secondary block work best. Example, 9:30:11:00 and 1:33:00 for deep outcomes, 30:45 minutes at 4:00 for admin or finishing touches. Put them on your calendar as recurring events with outcome placeholders. Why this works? You remove the "when should I start?" Negotiation that burns willpower. Breaks are fixed too, 5 to 10 minutes away from screens. No negotiating there either. The day becomes blocks, not blobs. Now option walls. Before you go to bed, pre-commit tomorrow's top 3 outcomes, nouns you can ship. Write them on a card or a sticky that will sit in your line of sight. During a block, no mid-block changes. If a new idea pops up, jot TK in the margin or drop it on a capture list. This is where most people mess up. They make a beautiful plan and then replan mid-sprint because something feels more urgent. The plan isn't a suggestion, it's your contract with yourself. If urgency is real, it'll still be urgent after the block. Environment walls are friction by design. Build a single tab mode, one desktop or browser profile that only has the tool for your current outcome. Everything else lives on a separate desktop with a different wallpaper so your brain recognizes the switch. Hide the dock, remove notification badges, and move chat and email off your first home screen. Physically separate your phone, a different room, or a drawer. Put a visible timer on the desk so time is felt, not guessed. Visual cues help. 1 sticky with today's outcome, 1 sticky with your script, and nothing else in your field of view. Most people over-optimize tools here and underdefine constraints. Keep the tool stack boring. Make the walls loud. Social walls turn your identity shift into a team norm. Set accountability that tracks outcomes, not hours. Use a daily or weekly check-in that answers 3 lines: what I shipped, what I'm shipping next, and what I'm blocking or need. Post your impact block windows so people know when not to ping you. When you start a block, flip your status to shipping outcome until 11:00, reply after. When you finish, post the shipped artifact or a 1-line result. You're teaching your circle to value completion, and you're training your brain to expect applause after shipping, not during. Let me show you exactly how to assemble this into a simple daily template. Tonight, write. Big 3 outcomes for tomorrow, nouns, not vibes. 2 deep blocks and 1 finish block, pre-scheduled. The 1 constraint you'll tighten tomorrow. Pick time, options, environment, or social. In the morning, run the loop breaker, then drop into block 1. Single tab, timer visible, sticky in sight. When done, rest intentionally, log the outcome, and adjust nothing else. Afternoon block, same rules. Finish block, tie loose ends that directly support what you shipped. The reason this works is you stop improvising attention. You conduct it. Common mistakes to avoid. Over-optimizing the tech stack, you audition 6 apps instead of writing the paragraph. Choose 1 doc tool and 1 task list and stop shopping. Under defining constraints, you say no notifications, but you leave badges on and the doc visible. Be precise. Sneaky multitasking, you keep reference tabs open. Use a single capture doc. If a reference is required, paste the link there and return to the draft. Moving the block, you slide the deep window because of a quick meeting. Guard it like a medical appointment. If it must move, reschedule within 24 hours, not sometime this week. Micro story, a team kept losing mornings to chatter. They installed time walls, 9:30:11:00 quiet. Option walls, top 3 outcomes posted by 9:15. Environment walls, phones in a bin, single tab, timers on desks. Social walls, status updates only at 11:05 and 4:30. Within 2 weeks, cycle time fell and nobody missed the morning noise. The constraint created freedom to crush their one thing, then collaborate cleanly. Quick win for tonight? Set tomorrow's 3 outcomes before bed, block 2 deep windows on your calendar with outcome placeholders, and lay out your environment so morning, you can't drift. Phone charger outside the room, sticky notes ready, timer on the desk, single-tab profile queued. You'll wake up to rails, not a cliff. Constraints are kindness. They save your best thinking for the work that matters. Eliminating busy triggers at the source. You've built walls and a loop breaker. Now we cut the water supply that keeps busy flowing. Triggers live in 5 places: inbox and chat, meetings, tool sprawl, notifications, and calendar hygiene. Remove the triggers and the loop doesn't start. Start with inbox and chat. The thing most people miss is that always on isn't neutral. It trains everyone to bypass your focus. Batch windows fix this fast. Choose 2 or 3 short windows for messages, late morning, mid-afternoon, end of day, and close mail and chat outside those windows. Set default delays. Auto-send after 5 minutes gives you undue time and kills reactive ping-pong. Add VIP filters. A tiny list routes true priority to a special folder you check in your windows. Everything else waits. Script you can use: I batch messages at 11 and 3. If it's urgent, text 911 plus 1 sentence. Otherwise, I'll respond after my block. You just reduced inputs without burning bridges. Now meetings, before you accept anything, require a document first. If there's no written context, the meeting isn't ready. Ask, what decision or asset will exist after this meeting? If there isn't one, decline or convert to an async doc with a 24-hour feedback window. For meetings that survive, slash the attendee list, start with a 1-page brief and lock an end-of-meeting artifact. Decision, owner, deadline. If the organizer can't name a concrete outcome, you're volunteering your focus to optics. Don't do what I did for years and treat meetings as networking. They're a tool. Use them rarely and precisely. Tool sprawl is the sneakiest trigger. Every extra dashboard, board, and workspace is another escape hatch. Consolidate around one doc tool, one task list, one chat, one storage. Kill redundant dashboards unless they directly support a current deliverable. If your tool opens to a home full of badges and feeds, change the default to a blank page or your current outcome doc. One more thing, create a capture doc called Parking Lot pinned in your doc. When a tool tempts you, paste the idea there and return to the outcome. You'll keep your ideas without feeding the motion machine. Notifications next. Real-time alerts for non-critical channels are Busy's IV drip. Turn off every badge and banner for email, social, and apps that aren't safety or mission-critical. Leave only 2 classes on: calendar alerts for the blocks you intentionally set, and true emergencies as defined by your VIP filter. If you run iOS or Android, use focus modes tied to your deep blocks so only VIP calls come through. The reason this works is simple. If your eyes can't see red dots, your brain doesn't chase them. You're not resisting, you're removing. Bonus science. Constant context shifts, Mayer, Evans, Rubinstein, add switch costs that feel like fatigue. Cutting alerts removes those costs at the source. Calendar hygiene ties it all together. Guard open space and label focus blocks as commitments. Give each block a verb plus noun title. Ship V1, user flow, draft 300 words, intro, outline 5 slides. Color code deep work differently than meetings so you can see if your week slants toward outcomes or optics. Leave margin between blocks, 10 minutes, to log wins and reset. If someone tries to schedule over your focus, propose the batch windows you already posted. When you do accept a meeting, name the outcome in the invite and add a prep checklist with a 5-minute cap. You're training your calendar to be a scoreboard, not a collage. Let me show you a rapid reset you can run in 20 minutes to purge triggers today. Inbox, create later, VIP, and to ship folders. Move every non-VIP thread out of your inbox. Archive the backlog. You're not deleting, you're clearing the runway. Chat, mute channels that aren't tied to outcomes you own. Pin only 2, team core and your manager or client. Set your status with your impact block window. Meetings, audit next week. For each, add outcome to the invite. If you can't, ask for a brief or propose a sync. Decline anything without a decision or asset. Tools, pick the one doc, one task list. Hide the rest behind a separate desktop. Change home screens to blank or current outcome. Notifications, off for everything that isn't calendar or VIP. Badges gone, sounds gone. Calendar, place 2 deep blocks and 1 finish block. Title with outcomes, add 10-minute buffers. Common mistakes to watch for. You batch messages but peek between windows, you accept quick syncs that multiply, you keep redundant dashboards just in case. You leave badges on because I'll ignore them, and you treat focus blocks as flexible. All of those are busy's backdoors. Close them. Micro story. A client cut their weekly meetings by 30% using doc first, decision after, muted 4 non-essential channels, and switched to 2 message windows. In 2 weeks, their average daily shipped outcomes doubled, and their end-of-day energy stabilized. Nothing mystical, just fewer triggers. Quick win right now: make one ruthless cut that reduces your inputs by roughly 20%. Kill a recurring meeting with no artifact, mute a noisy channel, or turn off all non-critical notifications. Announce your new comms rhythm in 1 line, batching messages at 11 and 4, outcomes posted after blocks. You'll feel the noise drop immediately. Then, with the water line lower, your walls and loop breaker do the rest. Rebuilding identity, from busy to builder. You've cut triggers and built walls. Now we lock it in by changing who you think you are at work. Busy was your costume, builder is your core. Builders score themselves by outcomes, speak in shipped evidence, and collect proof weekly. This is raw, it's mechanics. Identity drives behavior. So we'll build a scorecard, swap language, bank evidence, and shift your social norms so the new identity sticks. Start with the new scorecard, the weekly Move the Needle review. Every Friday, 20 minutes. Open a blank page with 4 lines. Shipped outcomes this week. What enabled them? What blocked them? One bottleneck I'll remove next week. Shipped means visible output or decision. Doc sent, code merged, client aligned, file exported, draft delivered. Hours don't count. If you can't point to a thing, it isn't shipped. The reason this works is it trains your brain to hunt completions, not commotion. By the 2nd week, you'll feel the itch if your list is light. Good, that itch is your new compass. Now the language swap that rewires your self-story. Retire busy bragging and drama words. Replace I'm slammed, so behind, and crazy day with builder talk. I'm shipping, outcome locked, version sent, decision landed. When someone asks how you are, try, good shipped 2 outcomes this morning, next block starts at 1:30. You're not flexing, you're calibrating your own attention. The more you say it, the more your brain expects it. Next is the evidence bank, because identity needs receipts. Create a simple doc or folder called Evidence Builder. Each time you ship, drop a line or a link. Title of the thing. Date. 1 sentence on impact. Example, onboarding script V1 2025-0211, unblocked design review. Or client email, aligned on scope, reduced revisions. Scan it weekly. You'll see a stack of proof that you build, not buzz. That stack becomes your antidote on shaky days when the old busy self whispers, do more to look important. You'll answer, I ship. Let's make this social because norms beat willpower. Share outcomes with peers instead of hours. In stand-ups or updates, use a 3-line format. Shipped, shipping next, blocked. Rally your team to stop busy bragging. If someone says, I'm drowning, respond with curiosity and a lever. What's the one outcome that would move the waterline? Want a 45-minute block on it? You're spreading builder culture by rewarding clarity and completion. Micro story, a client of mine flipped their week by changing what they posted. Before, back-to-back all day. After, shipped, roadmap V1 and contract edit. Next, spec draft by 3. Same workload, fewer hours, bigger moves. Their boss stopped asking for more meetings and started asking, what do you need to ship the next piece? That's status by impact in action. Let me give you a simple ritual that cements the shift. Before each focus block, read your identity statement out loud. I'm a builder. I ship version 0 fast. My day is scored by outcomes. Tape it near your screen, then write the 1-line outcome for the block. Speak the block script. For the next 60 minutes, my only job is X. That tiny call and response pairs identity with behavior. Over a week, it becomes reflex. Common mistakes to avoid. Vague scorecards, listing meetings or progress instead of shipped nouns. Quiet shipping, never sharing outcomes, then wondering why requests don't respect your blocks. Language drift, letting I'm so busy slip back because it gets sympathy. Evidence amnesia, shipping but not logging, so your brain forgets wins and remembers stress. Fixes are simple. Force nouns on the review. Post a one-line ship when you finish a block. Ask teammates to call you out if you busy brag. Set a 2-minute alarm at day's end to drop links into your evidence bank. Here's the Now You Try sequence for the next 7 days. Today, write your identity statement and stick it on your screen. Tonight, schedule one impact block for tomorrow. Title it with the outcome. After tomorrow's block, post a one-line ship and add it to your evidence bank. Friday, run the weekly, move the needle, review, and choose one bottleneck to remove next week. A quick note on setbacks. You'll have a day where the old pattern wins, too many pings, not enough shipping. Don't turn it into a story about you. Turn it into a system tweak. Which lever failed, input, options, or clarity? Which wall was weak, time, environment, or social? Adjust one thing and run the loop breaker again. Builders iterate the system. They don't litigate their self-worth. If you remember nothing else from this identity shift, remember this: outcomes build identity and calm. Every shipped version is a vote for I'm a builder. Stack the votes. Tell the story. Share the proof. Busy is loud while it's happening. Building is loud after it lands. Let the results do your talking. Rehooks and momentum builders. Quick checkpoint. If you run the loop breaker once today, you'll feel calmer and ship one thing. Coming up next, I'll give you a weekly rhythm that locks this in so you stop restarting from zero every Monday. Rehook script you can use mid-video or midday. Stay with me. 2 minutes from now, you'll have one sentence that makes the next hour effortless. Then deliver the prompt. Write your one outcome sentence, say the wall script out loud, and start ugly. Viewers keep watching when they keep winning. Another rehook? Don't click away yet. Your next micro win is literally one sticky note. Right. For the next 45 minutes, my only job is X, stick it where your eyes land. Then single tab and go. The pattern is payoff, preview, right arrow, tiny action, right arrow, immediate traction. Now here S, where most people mess up with engagement, no pattern interrupts. Add tiny challenges that force attention back to the result. Try this 60-second challenge. Close all tabs except the doc you're shipping. Then comment, closed, to a buddy or your own notes. That one act snaps your brain to target. Common mistake callout. If you're nodding but not writing, you're learning without leverage. Grab a pen and draft your identity statement now. I'm a builder. I ship version 0 fast. My day is scored by outcomes. Say it once. Writing it cements it. Micro recap to keep momentum. Ground body, choose one outcome, build the wall, start ugly, log the win. That's it. Action beats anxiety because outcomes shrink uncertainty. The reason this works is you're trading infinite options for one clear finish line. Motivation nudge. This is where it gets fun. You'll watch one domino fall and the next becomes easier because your evidence bank grows. Remember, busy gives applause during, building gives applause after. We're playing for after. CTA breadcrumb for the next segment. Keep going a few more minutes and you'll get the weekly operating rhythm, the exact Friday-Monday cadence that turns this from a good day to a good quarter. Rehook you can paste into your calendar notes every 5-7 minutes. What's my one sentence, and have I started ugly yet? If the answer's no, write the first bad line now and keep speaking while typing. Momentum first, polish later. Pattern interrupt. Tiny dare, stand up, take 3 slow exhales longer than your inhales, sit, and type 10 words that you won't keep. Those 10 words unlock the rest. Mini challenge to stack wins. When your timer dings, post a one-line ship to a peer or to your evidence doc. Shipped, 250-word intro, effort 3, state steady. Public proof fuels private discipline. Another micro recap, fewer options equals more output. Scheduled rest equals repeatable output. Protect the cycle protects you. Last rehook before the weekly rhythm. You're 60 seconds away from knowing exactly how to end your week smart and start it sharp. Next, I'll give you the Friday review, the Monday prime, and the midweek check so you stop improvising and start compounding. Weekly operating rhythm. Let's lock this into a rhythm so you stop restarting from zero every Monday. One simple loop. Friday review, Monday prime, midweek check, recovery, and metrics. It's light, fast, and centered on shipped outcomes, so you compound progress without drama. Start with Friday review, 20 minutes calendar invite, same time every week. Open a blank page and run 4 lines. Shipped outcomes this week. What enabled them? What blocked them? One bottleneck I'll remove next week. Force nouns. Draft delivered, decision made, spec merged. No points for attended or progressed. Then pick one bottleneck that, if removed, would free the most flow. A recurring meeting without an artifact, a missing template, a dependency that needs a deadline, or a vague outcome you keep postponing. Assign an owner, maybe you, and a due date next week. Close by scanning your evidence bank so your brain ends the week with proof, not stories. Now Monday Prime, 25 minutes before you open chat. 3 moves, choose your big 3, schedule your blocks, announce your cadence. Big 3 are outcomes, not vibes. Ship onboarding script V1, draft Q3 roadmap outline, email client alignment with 3 decisions. Then place 2 deep blocks and 1 finish block for Monday and Tuesday. Title each with the outcome. Finally, post your status by impact note where your team sees it. This week's Big 3 list. Deep blocks 9, 30, 11, 00, 133, 00. Replies batched, shipping updates after blocks. You've just created time walls, clarity, and social expectations in one shot. Midweek check, 10 minutes on Wednesday. The question is not how busy am I? It's am I on track to ship the big 3? Adjust, don't add. If a big 3 is bloated, split it and lock the smaller outcome. If a meeting appears, trade it for a block the same day or the next. Kill a task, don't reshuffle. 1 deletion beats 5 reassignments. Capture any new priorities on a queue for next week unless they truly displace a big 3. If they do, explicitly demote something else. This protects the plan from scope creep, disguised as urgency. Recovery is non-negotiable. Plan deep rest on purpose, don't earn it by collapse. Choose one evening or a weekend block where you do 0 catch-up. Movement, sleep buffer, unstructured fun. If you lead a team, model it. Post your off window. Tired brains chase motion. Recovered brains choose outcomes. Treat recovery like a block with a start and an end so it doesn't get swallowed by scroll. Metrics make this real. Track 3 each week. Impact score, count shipped outcomes. Higher is better, but only if they're meaningful. Focus fidelity, number of deep blocks honored divided by scheduled blocks. Aim for 80% plus. Recovery quality, simple rating 1-5 on sleep, movement, and mental freshness. If your impact score dips while fidelity is high, your big 3 are too small or the wrong ones. If fidelity dips, tighten constraints or cut inputs. If recovery is low, reduce load before tinkering with tools. The reason this works is it ties feelings to levers. You stop guessing. Let me show you exactly how a week can flow. Friday, you review shipped roadmap V1, client scope email, and data cleanup CSV. Enablers, 2 protected blocks, batch comms, doc first meeting. Blocker, unclear acceptance criteria for specs. Bottleneck to remove. Create a spec V1 template with 3 sections, due Monday. You end the week steady because you see the stack of outcomes. Monday, you prime, big 3 set, blocks scheduled, cadence posted. First deep block ships a clunky intro. You log it and rest 5 minutes without a screen. Afternoon block moves the spec template forward. You stop on time because rest reevaluation is part of the system, not a treat. Wednesday, you check, big 3 progress is 1.53. A surprise request pops up. You decide, it replaces the least impact item, not wedged in. You move a meeting to your batch window and protect the 1:30 block to finish the spec. You post shipped, spec V1 at 3:05. Friday again, you score. Impact score 5, fidelity 5-6, recovery 4. You spot a pattern, morning blocks hold, late afternoon slip. Next week's tweak, move admin to late afternoon and front load creation. 1 lever, then run the loop. Common mistakes to avoid. Monday planning inside chat. Your clarity gets hijacked before it exists. Midweek adding, stacking tasks instead of demoting one. Friday blame, turning review into self-critique instead of system tuning. Recovery amnesia, skipping rest because this week is special. Every week is special. Schedule it. Quick win right now, create 3 repeating calendar events. Friday review, 20 minutes. Monday prime, 25 minutes. Wednesday check, 10 minutes. Add a note in each with the exact prompts. Then, place 2 deep blocks for the next 2 days and title them with outcomes. Post your cadence line today. You'll feel the ground firm up under your week. Once this rhythm runs for 2 weeks, you won't hunt motivation. You'll ride momentum. And when you slip, the rhythm catches you. That's the point. A simple loop that builds outcomes, protects calm, and makes busy feel like noise you don't miss. Troubleshooting and edge cases. Let's pressure test the system in the messier realities, because life won't line up just because you made a clean plan. Creative work first. The trap is judging before you've explored. Split your sessions into 2 lanes, explore versus execute. Explore is divergent, gather references, mind map, free write, sketch thumbnails, try 5 hooks. No quality filter, no formatting, no fixing. Execute is convergent, pick one direction and build the asset. Give each lane its own OMB. Outcome for explore, 10 bad ideas on paper. Outcome for execute, draft 300 words in the chosen angle. The reason this works is it stops you from mixing standards. Most people try to be original and right at the same time. Don't. First weird, then clear. Reactive roles next, support, ops, leadership by Slack. You can still protect outcomes. Predefine interrupt lanes and shields. Interrupt lanes are time windows and channels where you're truly reachable. For example, 11:11:30 and 3:3:30 phone and chat on. VIP calls always through. Shields are protocols others can use without you. FAQs, canned responses, doc links, decision trees with thresholds. Label them and make them easy to find. Then anchor one impact block early when the world is quieter. If you get pulled mid-block, end it cleanly. Log where you are and the next sentence you'll write when you return. That one line cuts restart friction. Burnout signals. If you're staring but not seeing, if minor pings feel like threats, if you need caffeine to start and scrolling to stop, pause. Don't add hacks. Reduce load, increase recovery, then rebuild constraints. For 1 week, drop your big 3 to big 1. Cut non-essential meetings, reclaim sleep, walk daily, and protect one 45-minute block. The goal is to restore trust that starting won't hurt. When energy returns, reintroduce the second block, not the second dozen tasks. You can't out-discipline a depleted nervous system. ADHD tendencies. Shorter blocks, stronger walls, more novelty on the ramp. Try 20-30-minute focus sprints with 5-minute movement breaks. Use visible timers and physical cues, noise canceling on equals and block. Make the first 90 seconds kinetic. Stand, 3 shoulder rolls, 1-4-6 breath, speak the outcome aloud, then type the first line while still talking. Novelty. Rotate work surfaces or input modes, whiteboard first, then type. Stronger walls. Single tab plus website blockers that activate automatically during your deep windows. Reward immediacy. When the timer dings, step away and touch grass or water. If you feel restless mid-block, write TK restless and continue. Put movement in the break, not in the block. Team dependencies. You can't ship code without a review, assets without approvals. Use pre-shippable outcomes you fully control. Spec V1 ready for review, checklist drafted. Prototype clickable with 2 flows, decision doc with 3 options. When you hand off, include 1 question and a deadline suggestion. Blocking question, A or B. Ideal reply by Thursday 3 p.m. You've made it easier to say yes and faster to get unblocked. Travel and chaotic days. Shrink the system, don't suspend it. Run the 7-minute reset, 2 minutes label sensations, 1 minute breath, 1 minute write the single outcome, 1 minute set a micro wall, 2 minutes start ugly. That's enough to keep identity and momentum alive when the day refuses to cooperate. Treat airports and lobbies as explore lanes. Capture ideas, outline bullets, draft questions. Execute when you land. High-stakes deliveries. The urge to overprepare is real. Add 1 safety pass, not 5. Structure. V1 fast using OMB, V1 5 tight clarity, then run a red team 5 question checklist. Does the problem statement sing? Is 1 main idea obvious per section? Did I cut filler? Is the ask explicit? Is the next step dated? Ship. If anxiety spikes, anchor with 1 physical cue, stand up, exhale longer, speak the outcome, and press send within the same minute. Delaying for polish often hides fear. Collaboration conflicts. Someone else's urgency can bulldoze your blocks. Use boundary scripts that offer alternatives. Heads down 9:30:11:00 on X can trade messages at 11:15 or offer a quick doc comment now. Which helps more? You're not stonewalling, you're routing. If fire breaks out, apply the loop breaker to the fire. Define the 1 outcome that contains it, set a 30-minute wall, ship the status or patch, then return to plan. Slips and resets. You will slip. The move is not penance, it's pattern spotting. Ask, which lever did I skip, input options or clarity? Which wall leaked, time, environment, or social? Tighten one, run a micro block now and log the win. Reset without shame. A messy block today beats a perfect plan tomorrow. Finally, special case, you're doing emotionally heavy work, grief, conflict, hard feedback. Double the sensation, audit to 4 minutes, pick 2 supportive actions, and shorten the block. Define done for now clearly, then schedule a recovery buffer. Capacity is a variable, not a verdict. Protect the human, then protect the outcome. You've now got answers for the edge cases. Next up, I'll hand you the 7-minute daily checklist so you can reset any day, in any state, and still ship. Daily checklist, the 7-minute reset. Sensation audit 2 minutes. Name feeling, meet one need, 1-sentence outcome. Build the wall, timer, single tab, phone away, start ugly for 2 minutes. Log outcome, effort, next tiny step. Busy shields shame, shipped outcomes create calm. Run today's 3-step loop once, then repeat tomorrow. Subscribe for advanced focus systems and watch the deep dive implementation video next to lock this in.